Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be unboxing this rather large parcel I just received from eBay. Inside of here is a train set which I've wanted almost my entire life. Back when I was like even maybe 7 years old and just getting into the hobby, I really always wanted a TGV train set. And last year I was able to pick up a Mahano set, and there's no complaints with that set. It's been a fantastic train set. But the train I've really always wanted is one of the older 80s ones, all in orange. And I've been looking for one for a really long time, but a lot of them are going for a lot of money, like 200 Canadian dollars. So yeah, I've really had trouble finding one at a good price. Until recently, when I was browsing eBay and I was able to pick up not one, but 3 of these train sets for the price of one, which I thought was a pretty cool deal. Now, there is a catch. They're in really bad shape, so they're going to need some work to get them going again. But it looked like all the parts were there, so hopefully if I'm lucky we can get some runners. And yeah, I was able to get a silver one and 2 of the orange ones, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, let's unbox this thing, because I'm really excited to see what they all look like. Gotta give the seller props on packaging this thing. It came all the way from France and they put it in a really big box, so I think everything is quite well protected. A lot better than a lot of the other packaging I've seen from some other sellers. Anyway, let's have a look and see exactly what we got. Okay, here appears to be all the trains. Let's get those all out. So here it all is. Let's start unwrapping each of these. I think this right here is one of the orange locomotives, which is really the bit I'm most thrilled about. So let's see how that's all looking. Yeah, look at that. Super slick. These old Lima models are not super detailed, but you know, it's just something that I've always wanted, one of these TGV sets, and I gotta say, just having one right here, I don't know, it's kind of awesome. So yeah, there's the locomotive, and you can see this is a powered model. It's only 4-wheel drive, unfortunately, but this is an older set, probably built in the 80s, so that's kind of to be expected. So there's the first bit. This second one I think it's the same locomotive, but a dummy, so I'll take that out of the packaging. This might have been a powered model, actually. Yeah, I can't tell. There were some loose trucks in the listings, so this might have actually been one of the powered models. Looks pretty much identical to the other. And then we got a passenger car for the same train. Oh, no, actually this is another dummy engine. I'm mistaken. Huh. I think this one actually is a passenger car. Yeah, it's actually got metal wheels. That's not something I was expecting. Looks pretty sharp. I know it doesn't have wheels on this side, but I think it's just because it clips onto the engine. Or probably another car, actually. Yeah, it'd be another car, so there's a truck in the middle between the two. And another one, and this one actually does have the linkage intact. Just need to get some wheels for it, which this set might actually have. And yeah, yet another passenger car. Yeah, this actually all looks to be in really good shape too. I don't think that one's missing any parts. That's nice. And then finally we got the last orange one, which I believe is a dummy engine. Yeah, just a dummy right there. And now onto the silver and blue. Okay, that's good. I had thought in the listing that this was a dummy engine, but the wheels are geared, so I'm happy to see that. We actually have another powered engine. I thought the lot only included 2 of them. I've wanted one in the blue as well. I mean, the orange was really the color I was looking for, but this looks really nice as well. Another passenger car. This looks to have all the parts, so that's great. So does this. Wow. I'll check that out. Yeah, so this one is a dummy, you can see, because the wheels roll, but this, the blue and silver set looks to almost completely be intact. I don't really see anything missing, minus a couple pantographs. So I'll have to see if this engine actually runs or not. But if it does, that's very remarkable. As for the rest of this stuff, well, it's going to need, some of it's going to need some work. There are a couple passenger cars in here which are going to need a bit of attention. But for the most part, this lot is actually quite a bit better than I was expecting. Now, why don't we take the powered engines to the track and see if we can get anything out of those. So here's locomotive number 1. The seller did say that none of these engines ran, so I'm really not expecting a whole lot of it, but I'll give it some power, you know, and we'll just get a better idea of what exactly we're dealing with here. See if it's a short circuit or what the case is. Anyway. Wow. Look at that. Huh. Seems like the seller might have slightly understated the condition of this thing. Yeah, that's running fine. Sounds like it could use a little bit of oil, but that's far from, you know, being a non-runner. That's totally acceptable. I'm very happy with that. Wow. Anyway, let's try out the second engine right here. This one, by the way, is not a Lima. It's a Joliet for, I don't know. It's a, I can't pronounce the name properly. I've never actually owned an engine from this company before. It actually looks to be in pretty good shape, but of course that never necessarily means the drive is gonna work. Let's give it some power. Well, I'll be darned. 2 for 1. Yeah, okay, something's a little off there. It might need traction tires or something like that. Just kind of seems like it's... Yeah, so it needs traction tires, but it's not a non-runner. I mean, it is going, so yeah, 2 runners. What a lot. And then, of course, there is theoretically a third powered engine, but the drive's completely disassembled, so we'll have to test that one all out. But just as a start here, I'm very happy with that. I can't believe both of them ran. The seller said these were both completely busted, so that's great. And finally, here's the third locomotive with the powered drive. Unfortunately, like I said, this is completely out of the locomotive, so we can't test it on the track because there are no wires or anything connected to it. But we can test it here on my workbench just by connecting some wires to it. This will reveal whether or not it actually works or not. And I'll be darned, this one works too. So yeah, theoretically, if we can get this back inside the engine, it should go. It even it didn't sound too bad even, so yeah, wow. Can't believe that. Well, folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I've got to say that I am absolutely thrilled at just how good the condition of all this stuff is. You know, it's definitely not flawless, but the seller had me believe that everything was pretty much destroyed, and I thought I was going to have to sink a ton of time and effort into getting this whole thing working. And instead it arrives and pretty much all the parts are here minus a few wheels, and all 3 of the drives are running. So yeah, that's a terrific start. Really not something I was expecting. And I'll tell you, somebody's going to be getting a really good review on eBay. So yeah, major props to the seller. They really undersold the set. But I'm not complaining. I'm not going to argue with a good thing. I'm absolutely thrilled about it. So yeah, hopefully, based on what I can see right now, we can get all these trains working within this month or something like that. I don't think it's going to take much. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyways, until then, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching.